So I'm going to go ahead and give the mic to Mary.
Thank you, Philly. We had a horse named Phila, so I think I can remember that. But it's great to be here today, and I really do appreciate the invitation to come and say thank you to so many of you who provide contributions, not only financially, but maybe with your time, with your talents, and your expertise and knowledge. You don't really understand until you lose something how you have to learn to do different kinds of things. And it's one of those things where we're not being able to not do what we couldn't do, it's how do we do it differently. And that's what Audio Reader has done for me in regards to allowing me to be reconnected back to all those crazy social media, communication, technology things that go on in the world today. As Phila said, I'm sorry. I'm going to say that now. I work down in the David A. Ambler Student Recreation Fitness Center. And for those of you who are not from Lawrence or from KU, we do have a beautiful campus, and it is not flat, it is rolling, and we have a wonderful city. But we also have had the opportunity to build a new student recreation fitness center within the last 10 years. And we named it after a wonderful person, David Ambler. And he's kind of been our model in the way that we do things, and I know that Audio Reader is also kind of close to his heart. But I make decisions every day that kind of impact the students in the university, and so one of the things that I really needed to do right away was to go back and find out how I could read that Daily Kansan, that University Daily Kansan. So for those of you who are readers of the Daily Kansan, I always have to smile because when you get to that FFA section, which is the free-for-all, I can only imagine your eyes getting about this big and you're trying to decipher, how am I going to say what that says? Because those are what our students say. Those are the words that they use, and sometimes they don't use the same words that we do. But thank you for reading the BDK. And I also have to tell you a real quick story. I contacted Jen Negro the other day, and she's a great individual here at Audio Reader. And I said, you know, Jen, you just made me laugh today because I was reading the article about the KU women's softball team traveling to New Mexico and playing the Bradley Blaze, I think it was. And the lady reading was doing such a great job. She was describing it. She was telling me all about it. And then she said, and KU won 3 points to 2. And so I thought, okay, yeah, runs, but that's my field. That's the profession I'm in. So I sent her a little note, and it really was a happy note, but she did tell me that they were going to have a workshop on sports language.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, excellent. And so, but I think what everyone fails to realize how hard it is to describe things and to really, if it's not in your realm, you really don't know until you learn those kinds of things. So I do appreciate that. So many things that impacted me that I could go on forever, and she told me I could only talk for 5 minutes, but I'm going to talk just a minute more maybe. One of the great things I did last year was to go with my husband Mike, who's sitting next to me with the Royals hat on, I believe. And we went to see the Will Chamberlain movie, the documentary that was over at the Lead Center. And I was sitting there with the headphones on, I was all excited, and the gentleman started talking. And if you close your eyes when you're watching TV, there's a lot of nothing going on. There's a lot of nothing, and you don't know what's happening. Are they laying down? Are they running? What are they doing? Well, he did a great job of filling in and everything. And after we got through part of the movie, I kept thinking, man, he's just not describing the colors. I want to know what Corvette color that Will Chamberlain got out of in the background film. And so finally I leaned over to Mike and I said, well, what color is the Corvette? And he goes, it's in black and white. And so it was great. But that's just another tremendous thing that Audio Reader does. It's outside the rim of me turning on my little transmitter. I have two, and thank you, Peggy Sampson. She made sure that I had one at home. I didn't want to be, too greedy and have two, but I have one in my office. So I get on my treadmill desk, and yes, it's great to have a treadmill desk. And as I walk, I turn on that transmitter, and I get to listen to people like Harlan Rodell tell us about the USA Today and about, poetry and all those kind of wonderful things. But, it's just turning on to the world. And I wanted to leave you with this. Our Chancellor, Bernadette Gray Little, came to us a few years ago, and she developed some bold aspirations. And there were two of those that I think Audio Reader really touches. And I think, Steve, maybe in your staff meetings, you maybe talk about how do we fit into bold aspirations, how do we do those kinds of things? You really do. And the two that I would tell you are, it's making healthy communities. And you really engage us and you help us be independent and have a quality of life that's just out of this world. And then also, you are making new discoveries that are going to change the world. And I can only imagine what Audio Reader is going to be like in 10 years. Think about what's happened with technology within the last 5 years. I lost my sight about 8 years ago due to a water ski accident. And so, you know, I really was able to see the world prior to that. And I'm very blessed for that, because I can't imagine those that are born and have not seen the world. I did, and so I've had a great opportunity to learn from that. But I think you're making changes and new discoveries. And as I heard all the voices sitting out here, maybe it's time to talk about some more square footage for audio.